33%. 33% of the people you're following on your social media platforms would be the ones traveling. And the next 33% of the people who you are following on social media platforms would either be the ones getting married or the ones attending weddings. And finally, there is a group of 34% of people which is neither traveling nor attending weddings or getting married themselves. This is a group of people which is just lying in bed, doom scrolling, and feeling like the worst feeling on this planet. The way I say it, it sounds like it's some sort of a, oh my God, some sort of a Dardnak statistic of sorts. But it just came from a meme that a friend of mine sent me. Sadly, though, I feel that it was in some way and on some level a reality that we all saw during these last few weeks during the Christmas holidays, basically. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us would really resonate with those who were at home doom scrolling and wondering why their lives are not as glamorous as the lives of those who are posting like there's no tomorrow on social media. Hi, everyone. I am Chitra, the podcast host for Roaring Twenties, and today I'm going to be talking about the fact that all's not sunny on social media. As I've often mentioned on this podcast, I'm a Gen Z. I come from a generation that grew up when social media blew up. Not a very good rhyme, but I tried. Anyway, so on some level, social media is like an essential part of my childhood, and it's the normal for me. It's as normal as breathing on some level, and it does have its own advantages. It gives us the opportunity to stay connected with a lot of our friends and family members who we otherwise wouldn't have bothered to keep in touch with. It also gives so many people an opportunity to showcase their talents and their abilities, their perspectives to a much, much larger audience. So that's really freaking powerful. And don't get me wrong, but social media has brought with it a level of toxicity that none of the previous generations ever faced before. It's just made us so vulnerable and so lonely in a way that I don't think any of the generations before us would have ever faced it. One of the biggest and the most agonizing aspects of social media is the fact that it constantly hammers this feeling in our head that we are not good enough. And look, you may be the most secure human being on this planet. Maybe you might be so enlightened that Gautam Buddha himself might not be as enlightened as you are. But social media is so insidious that your own self esteem will just completely go for a toss. Because every time, even if you have the, I don't know, like the world's biggest treasures like right in front of you would still feel like nothing matters because the other person who's posting on social media has way more than I do. You're always in this whole battle of comparison. You're always thinking, oh shit, I'm not doing enough. I'm not being enough. I'm not being the pick me of all pick me's out there. And you're just completely disoriented and you're just feeling like no matter what you do, no matter whatever good happens to you, like no matter even if you win an Oscar or a Nobel Prize, you won't be at par with that girl or guy from your college who is probably gotten the Nobel Prize, for example. And it's just this constant feeling of doubt that social media festers on. And it forces us to showcase the best versions of ourselves all the time, and that is a very unhealthy pressure. I know it's easy to say, okay, a lot of people I'm pretty sure will be like, no, let's ignore it, let's just keep it aside and all of that, but it's not as easy as it sounds because we are in such a digitally evolved world at this point, and it's only going to get much more intensified. And we are already seeing that it's just we are surrounded by so much information, we are surrounded by so many connections who are hell-bent on showing that they are perfect, their lives are perfect, everything is perfect, that you are always under this pressure that, no matter what you do, it's not worth it. Like it's just always, it just feels like, they showcase that the grass is always greener on the other side, sort of a thing. And more often than not, you don't even realize whether it's actually green or not. You know what? I mean this from the bottom of my heart as I say this. We may think that the grass really looks very pretty and really green on the other side, but the truth is, everybody has problems. Everybody is going through some extraordinarily horrible circumstances that makes them feel that, their lives actually suck. But in some way or the other, they are compelled to portray on social media that they have to show that their lives are perfect. They have to show that their lives are the best and the coolest lives, and everybody should aspire to be like them. This is something that I've seen in the past couple of months in the cases of a lot of people I know. So I used to think that some of these people had the most amazing, the most glamorous lives out there. They were just traveling, they were going out and having just a blast. But the truth was, they were going through something that was so devastatingly crippling. It just really shook me when I found out that they were going through that. And I just realized, what you see, what people are really posting on social media, 99.9% of the time that may not be the real case. And you might actually end up discovering that much later, until and unless you talk to that person. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, you think that social media just paints a very pretty picture, and it just hides all the brush strokes, so to speak. It hides the flaws, it hides the ugly realities within those colorful pictures and colorful aesthetics and so on and so forth. And you're just hoodwinked into thinking that everybody's lives are so much is so much better than yours. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much in a nutshell what I wanted to say. It's a relatively short episode. I wanted to kind of experiment this time and see whether a short episode would work. And this is also, by the way, my first episode where I am just Akela recording in front of a video camera. And that's like, oh my God, it's overwhelming, but it's a good learning experience and I'm new to it. So I just really want to try and make the most out of this. So finally, I really hope that you like this episode, and I hope that you follow Roaring Twenties on Spotify, and you subscribe to my newsletter, which goes by the same name on LinkedIn. And do stay safe, do take care, and do make sure that you're not pressurized by social media. You're doing great for yourself, and just chill and just enjoy. And if you feel like shit, like, just don't feel like shit for feeling like shit. Just accept it. Okay, you feel insecure. Everybody does. It's human, it's normal, and you're doing great. Like, you're doing the best that you possibly can. So don't worry. Take care. See you next time. Bye.